And my entire life, I wanted to be able to share stories with people. Whether writing or speaking, that would move people and get them to do things to the next level that I couldn't accomplish myself.
So Living Without Shades is about, for me, as a personal reflection on time in my life when I was living in the dark, basically. So for years I lived in the dark. I didn't realize how much that was affecting every single decision I made every day. I was afraid to be myself. And when I took my shades off, that was actually facing my biggest fear. And it was really hard to struggle through that, but it's what became the best decision of my life and what has allowed me to do things I always wanted to do but never thought I could do.
And a struggle doesn't have to be such a bad thing. You see, a struggle is actually what makes us who we are, and it's what makes our story. If you actually bought a book and there was no struggle, you'd be disappointed.
Living Without Shades is that story, and it's that chance for anybody else who questions whether or not they can do that to see an example and get inspired by maybe any little thing that I might say that could give them the motivation or courage to do it themselves.
So it doesn't matter what your story is. Your story could be that you're that guy who's trying to save the city and you've been shot 4 times and you're proceeding with violent effort to get to the other side to stop the bomb from blowing up the city. It could be that you're a single parent. It could be that you are trying to get diagnosed with something and find out what's wrong with you, and you deal with pain every day and doctors just don't know what it is. It doesn't matter what your story is, but your story does matter. And my question was, hey idiot, if you're not happy with your life, what did you do today to make it better tomorrow? And I couldn't answer that because the answer that I had was nothing.
We don't always know when we're living in the dark. Sometimes all of our friends around us know. You hear your friends make comments like, gosh, you have so much potential in this area if only you could see it. Or you talk to your friends and you say, that's not the right person for them. I just wish that they could see it. Everybody around them sees it. And we keep our shades on about those things because it's comfortable to not make changes in our life. And when we can take those shades off and have the courage to be in the light, then we can just do amazing things.
And it feels selfish to take care of ourselves first because we want to help people. We naturally want to do what we can for others. But it's very selfish to think that way because actually what you're doing is you're telling yourself that you're not important enough to help more than what you think you can help.
It's never too late for someone to go through this process or hear this talk. If you're just starting out, teenagers and youth, it's a great way to take those first steps in your life where maybe you don't even go down those dark paths. And maybe you're in a time in your life where you're questioning how you want to be with the world and not sure if you really have the courage to be your authentic self. And if you're young, you could start out from the very beginning steps in your life as you start your career, as you start being an individual young adult, to actually live in a true light. And as you get older, a lot of times we struggle with those same things. So you're never too old to hear the same message either. Sometimes we need a little reinvention of ourselves.
But I was surprised to learn that the dream that I was chasing my whole life wasn't really mine to chase. It's just a story for me to tell.